Vietnam versus Sweden in Counter-Strike 1.6, as we have the MSI Beat It 2010 tournament back underway in earnest here. Group B kicks off today, as we are deep inside this pistol round with Gux claiming 2 frags already, as the Zach who was looking to flank was picked off straight away. I'm not sure who that was by. It was Forrest, in fact. But Grr has got himself 2 frags with a vengeance, and now will be joined by Ange, who's going to make his way forward. Ange, though, is picked off. Grr gets his hat-trick frag, but Get Right finishes off the job. And fnatic pick up the pistol round and take the lead in the map they are assumed to be favorites for.
Yeah, that was a pretty crazy round right there. I think the Vietnamese team, I think is where they're from, they pushed up middle, cleared it out. Knew fnatic was going to be, but fnatic just too good there.
Just too good. Good news, I'm told by our online viewing audience, is that today our stream is not lagging, which is exciting news. As we follow the fnatic side charging along. Grrr gets himself a frag. I'm really loving this name.
Yes, that's a good one to shout at.
I think that the more exciting you can make it, the better. But Grrr has been killed by Gux, as Gux gets himself one more. DSN and Get Right both pick themselves up a frag, and there's just one man left standing. It's RoboCop. What can he do? Oh, the 80s weren't kind to RoboCop, and neither has 2010 been. It is now 2 rounds to 0. Your thoughts on RoboCop?
Never saw it,
no.
Sadly. I'm not even sure what the joke is, but apparently the other people in the room find it quite hilarious, your reference, so I'll have to download that.
Well, RoboCop was a big robotic cop with a man inside who would go around policing.
So it's like the real version of Superman.
Well, he wasn't a real person. It was a film.
You said it was a man inside.
Yes, this is a film. It was an
Well,
actor.
Batman's not a real person, I don't think.
Anyway, he was American. Why? Well, you should know this. DSN picked himself up 2 frag. Get Right and Calm finish off the round there. 3. We're moving on to the first gun round, and a little bit of me has just died inside with the fact that you don't know anything about RoboCop.
Too young.
Too young. Yeah. How old are you?
21.
21. The tender age, just a baby.
There you go.
A pup. Here we go, with fnatic on the first buy round. This is the first real test for them. We'll see what First VN have to offer, as they certainly come into this as underdogs. Certainly expected that Tai Lu and fnatic will walk through this group. Forrest and Khan with frags at the go, and First VN find themselves 2 men down. Bomb going down courtesy of Get Right. Forrest has dropped himself the frag onto Zach, but DG does claim 1. He'll try and escape up towards the B-bomb site, but Gux is going to get himself in on the action. Grrr gets himself the frag onto Khan before DSN. Grrr is back.
Yeah, that was the standard cat rush for fnatic. They run that strat a lot, so it's pretty hard to stop. They actually had a boost in the middle waiting on it, but yeah, a lot of smokes, a lot of flashes, make it kind of tough, so it was an easy round again for fnatic.
All right, so from your perspective, Group B, Akanji, how do you see it playing out?
There's really no even question in my mind. It has to be fnatic and Tai Lu that advance, I think. It's just going to be a matter of who gets that top seed, who or actually today, who plays the line game. That's kind of a big question mark for me.
And, I mean, how strong are Tai Lu? Can they go all the way in this one?
You know, I actually think that the secondary Tai Lu team, or the backup, or I don't know what they are, Tai Lu Raw, is actually a little bit better. I think they beat Tai Lu. But I think Tai Lu's really good. They have a really good leader in Alex and a lot of good aimers, especially good rifles. So yeah, I think they'll get top 4, and I definitely think they can beat Lions or EG to get a spot in the finals. So it should be interesting.
Your thoughts on the Lions and EG situation from yesterday, taking the 2 qualifying spots at the hands of We Made Fox. Any reason expected for you or not?
Well, I was really impressed by EG beating We Made so handily there at the end. EG hadn't played that ball during the day, but they really came out and just put a stomping on the Koreans. So that was pretty crazy for me, the way they just dismantled them. So that was really nice, really nicely played. And I think EG has a lot of confidence coming in today, no matter who they face. Obviously, Lions finished first in the group. EG finished second. So I'm thinking, obviously, they won't. The Lions is hoping the fnatic wins the group so they can face Tai Lu, because fnatic are the favorites. And, I mean, it could be interesting, but I think the semifinals are going to be really competitive. And who knows, maybe one of these lesser-known teams can pull something out here. So these matches are still important, and they're still pretty vital for these teams. You know, one win here or there, maybe another team could have wins.
Here we go with DSN coming up the catwalk. AWP out, takes a look over towards that A bomb site. Hasn't spied anything just yet, but Zach does. Drops him. There are 3 men on that catwalk, and Zach is taking names and numbers as he picks off Forrest as well. Now Khan goes towards him, but Zach completes his hat trick. Gux does get one in before Garrett goes down. It's all on Gux. 1 versus 1, I think. No, 1 on 2. Robocop's down by Gux. And now it is Gux and his 79 points of health versus Ange. Gux can't get that bomb down quick enough. In fact, he's not got it. It's been dropped over to the right, and Ange is coming towards him from the catwalk, and I don't think Gux knows it, as Ange now is going to come racing around that corner, slowly racing around that corner, as Gux puts the bomb down. He darts back and finds a bullet in his head, and First VN have got themselves around, and they owe it all to the AWP.
Yeah, that's a really nice round there. Some really nice up shots by Zach, but this could turn pretty bad for the CTC if they lose this next round. Right now, they're all typing probably 3-5, 3-6, and if they lose this round, they're all going to be typing 1-4, 1-5 as far as their money situation. So it's a big round the CTs have to win, or they're going to be going down probably 8-1 in a matter of, what, 10 minutes? Something like that, so it's tough.
You don't think they'd be cheering, they'd be typing, "Nice job, Zach, you go, you get it."
I'm sure they have been, but we need another round from him right here pushing Cat.
Huge aggressive move from Zach, opens up, doesn't land his first shot, and is going to go down at the hands of Gux. And when he needed to come big, he didn't. Gurr gets 2 though. Between Gurr and Zach, they've got some strength going forward, but DSN has nullified Gurr as Khan gets himself the frag onto Robocop. And now Ange is going to have to make his way up and do the same as he did last round, recover from the catwalk, or maybe steal that AWP and then run for his life. He certainly gets the headshot. He's going to go for the full recovery. He does have his teammate. Getright comes up with a frag. Khan's been down. Where is Getright to land that frag? He's down in spawn with his 96 points of health. He's going to come around to the site now and try and take out DG, and does so. And that's not good for First VN.
Yeah, that's tough. I'm not sure where the bomb was planted. I guess it was planted for Cat, so that guy was in a pretty tough situation with Getright on the box there. It was actually a pretty winnable 1v1 for the CT after he got the other guy, but yeah, it's tough now. It's real tough now. I would expect it to be safe.
6-1 the score. Fnatic have raced away in the, as you said, opening 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's the same thing as we saw yesterday in that late match. It's not that many really competitive rounds won, but they control the money system. And it's a lot of free rounds coming up for Fnatic on the Zecos.
And is that a positive or a minus of Counter-Strike? You know, over however many years, so many people have said, "Oh, I don't like that," or "You could do this," or "You could do that." But
well, I kind of like it. I think a team like Fnatic really manages money well, even if they're losing. They save a lot of guns. They don't necessarily just throw things away. You know, in a situation where it's 2v4, they always save their guns. They're really good at that. So I think it's good because it benefits teams like that. But it's also kind of tough. You shouldn't be down 8-1 in a match, you know, after having to save so much. Actually, 4 spot here, which I was incorrect. They have a little more money, so it's 4v4 right now. But it's good and bad. I would like to see a little bit less saving, a little more gun rounds, because it's obviously a little bit more fun to play that way as a team.
Fnatic are edging their way up the catwalk now. Gux is taking some damage. He's down to 50 points of health by whoever threw that nade. Drops down into spawn where Zach massacres him. Zach was having a little picnic down there, but he's going to have to get out of there to defend this bomb site in which the bomb is going down. And the pair of them, huddling in spawn, are caught in a real tricky situation to get out of there. And they haven't gotten out of there. They've all died. And it was a massacre.
Yeah, Karn just going to work there in that 3v4.
Your thoughts on them getting caught in spawn?
Well, they got it down to a 3v4 after Gux just went a little crazy and jumped down in the spawn there. But, you know, once the bomb's planted top A, especially how Fnatic had it planted for long, it's so hard to retake a CT. Even if you have that man advantage, T's can get in pit, can shoot you from top A. It's just, Fnatic had that round the whole way, I think.
Here we go. 8-1 the score. And this is a save round for First VN. So let me take the time to pick your brain on this Fnatic lineup. You know, they are back to that lineup that won IEM before. You know, they had their momentary change over the year, but is this their strongest lineup?
I think it has to be. I mean, they dominated last year with this lineup. all the way through, and they've started this year really well. They didn't win the E-Stars. The only tournament so far that they haven't won is the E-Stars individual, but they single-handedly won the E-Stars International event for the West team. So I have them as the best team in the world. I know some people think it could still be Navi, but I mean, right now with their experience, you know, and how much they won last year, I don't think you can ever bet against them in any kind of match.
You can't bet against RoboCop charging around the corner. Double frag, Gux and Forest down. Get right, puts the steel-clad defender of the law down. And now, fnatic find themselves just one man down. DSN and Khan, they're all going to converge on this A site. Zach and his AWP, Sat and Spawn.
I think once again we get the CT's Cameron Spawn here. Take top A, and it's going to be another retake massacre, I would predict.
Zach's a long way behind this retake as they come over the catwalk. 3 of them, hand in hand. Who's lining up for them? It's Get Right. He's going to have to get himself the frags. I think he's the last man standing. He is. And they know where he is. No, they don't. And he finds the first frag and the second. Now up against the AWP. Can he do it? Get Right will pop his head around the corner. No, drops down as the AWP goes to work on the bomb. Zach's been picked off. 1 versus 3. Get Right does it. That's not so good from the first VN side.
Well, I was wrong. They retook it really well, but just forgot to check one spot in sight, and it cost them. Get Right really well played there. Knew he killed the 2 cold guys, so he had an option left. Just went to work on that guy nice and easy.
And what do you make of Get Right's new image now? He is a cool dude.
I tell you, I actually wrote an article one time. He has more haircut changes than Madonna or Cher or anyone like that. Looks good though. You know, I'm not insulting him, which is always something new. You never know what you're gonna get with him. You know what you're gonna get in CS though, I guess. A really top player. So
are you suggesting that Get Right's like a box of chocolates? You never know what you're gonna get.
I would say that. I would say something like that. I don't know if I would call him that to his face, but yes.
Anyway, 11-1 the score. First VN are on the wrong end of a beating right now. And fnatic, this is the morning they would have wanted.
Yeah, tough opening match here at this tournament for VN, definitely.
Here we go. Zach, his AWP here is about to come under attack in the B site. Opens up, misses his first shot. And if he wanted to hold him in those tunnels, he had to land one of the 2 of those shots. He didn't. The rotation slightly slow, in fact, but they hold up, and I was thinking first that they're all going into B as DG gets picked off by Khan. They weren't convinced they should be, as Ange has picked off Gux. And fnatic now go to work in getting those last 2 frags. 12-1.
Yeah, it's a beating here today. It is a beating. But, you know, I think First VN can still has it in the back of their heads that they can play Tyloo, you know? And if they play better versus Tyloo, they have a chance to advance still. So it's not, you know, it's not the end of the world, even though only 2 teams get out of groups.
So coming up for you today, we are going to have we've got 4 big games for you today. We've got some of these group matches which we do think are going to be a bit of a wash, but we've got 4 big games. You've got the 2 Warcraft semis. Grubby will be coming to cast those with me. And we have the 2 big CS games, fnatic, Tyloo, and then the first CS playoff match. So lots of fun to be had today. So Gux and Forest both get themselves some frags. First VN find themselves having to recover that A site once again. Grrr is going to go for it with his FAMAS on his own. Not this. Sure, is he thinking of saving? Frag has just decided, you know what, I'll sit out there on the top. Do apologize for that little popping up on the bottom all the time.
I like Miley Cyrus, so it's okay that you ever added to Team Friends.
Miley Cyrus is actually someone I met at a trade show.
Really?
Came to the booth. It was PAX East. Came to the booth like every day, like 10 times for like shootouts and stuff.
There's no way. Wait,
it's a guy called Miley
Cyrus.
Oh,
okay. I thought you meant the actual girl. I didn't, you know. I didn't think you were that special.
16-year-old still. Really, should we talk about complexity some more today? So, so why aren't you playing here today?
Oh, thank you very much. Kick me while I'm down.
Grrr gets himself a frag before Get Right and Khan pick themselves up one more. It is RoboCop going nowhere fast, and the Swedes pick themselves up 14 rounds out of a possible 15. Just that one blemish on their record. They'll be keen to convert this instantly.
Yeah, 16-1's a good figure. I think Fnatic's going to have a lot of those today, but at the same time, you know, if they have to stay focused. They can't slip up because they definitely want that top spot in the group, I think. Fnatic's known for not playing so well in group play, just completely smashing teams in the playoffs. So I think it's a good omen for them if they can start off good in the groups, you know, especially when they have, you know, tougher groups down the road. I would say they got the easier group out of the two. But that doesn't mean that some of these teams...
Was it simply a case that was always going to be one easy group? There was always going to be one group with 3 big teams and one group with 2 big teams.
Yeah, I think if Navi came, if Navi didn't end up not coming, it would have been different. But with the way it was, yeah, I think you had to have kind of...
Yeah, maybe if complexity had come, you know.
Yeah, we would actually be in this group, I think, in place of UMX. So that would have been tough to play Fnatic and Tailu for us. You know, but it would have been fun to play at least.
Well, now you get to cast. You know what they say? Casters are just too good to play.
That's right. That's right.
Also too good looking. You know, all sorts of good stuff.
Can't disagree with that.
Nope. Not if you want to go.
So tell me, who was RoboCop? Was it like a Steven Seagal, Arnold Schwarzenegger? Was it even a guy?
It was a guy. I'm not sure who the actor was underneath. I don't think that was the important part. But he was a steel-clad robotic policeman that walked around.
Well, so was Shaquille O'Neal in Steel.
Kind of a bit like Shaq, just walking around on the streets with guns in steel and enforcing the law. But he was kind of a bit of a rogue hero.
Who doesn't like that?
Yeah.
I like that.
He had like 3 or 4 films. Did he have a TV series as well? Ollie? Was there a TV series? Yeah, he had a TV series too. And basically, he defined a generation.
That apparently I missed out on.
Well, you... too young. Child of what? 89?
88.
88, yeah. Just a baby. Us 86ers.
Ooh.
Really,
yeah,
really got to live through the RoboCop generation. Then Demolition Man came along and ruined everything.
I don't even know what Demolition Man means.
Oh my God! Where have you been?
I don't know what that.
Well, we're going to do this whole round with Demolition Man quotes just for you. Here goes Grr around the corner, screaming, "Send a maniac to catch a maniac," as he looks at the Swedes. And, the 3 shells of Doom strikers, Ange and Zach, pick themselves up the frags of Khan and DSN. And First VN have got control of this. Oh, I take it all back. Get right with 2, 3 frags. Forrest gets 1 more. It's only RoboCop left. And he's shown the door by Steven Seagal. And
I don't know what's going on anymore.
There we go. You certainly need to catch up on your 80s movies.
These obscure 80 movies references are just...
In fact, Demolition Man may have been early 90s. It had Wesley Snipes,
Okay.
Steven Seagal,
Who's Wesley
and
Snipes?
Sandra Bullock. Who's Wesley Snipes?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
He's in jail now.
Is he?
I think he is.
Oh, I know him from Blade, not from Demolition Man.
Well, this was a film that made it.
Okay.
Basically, in the late 90s, just the whole world was a mess. And so they started cryogenically freezing criminals. Yeah.
Oh, that's the plot of the movie?
Yes.
Okay,
And then 100 years later, when the world is this idyllic society, someone unfreezes Wesley Snipes. So they have to then unfreeze Steven Seagal to catch him.
Wow, that is a riveting plot, I can tell.
Oh, you don't watch it for the plot. I think I just summed up the plot with the quote, "Send a maniac to catch a maniac." But hey, that's why they call me the Demolition Man. This could be the last round of the game, as First VN are on 14 match points against them. Something like an Andy Murray tennis match. And they have decided, instead of actually going to Fnatic, they're just going to chill. Oh, DSN chops off the head of Zach there. And now, Forrest pokes his head into the B tunnels, doesn't get the frag, but Khan and Gux do. And that's the game. 16 rounds to 1. Fnatic dominate First VN. And, well, it was fun. We got to talk about 80s rock popular movies as well, which just adds even more to the excitement. Thank you very much. We'll be back. We've got more Counter-Strike coming your way this morning. Also, don't forget, this afternoon we have those 2 big Warcraft games and those 2 big CS games as this group concludes, and we have the first playoff match. So from Tosspot and Irakanji, thank you very much. We'll be back shortly.